What?
It's the right-wing agitator.
What? He backs the Great Replacement theory, the conspiracy theory that somehow the government is working to replace white people.
What happens when a mainstream commentator tries the oldest trick in the book, throwing around the label far right, and for once gets called out live on air?
Because he asked questions he didn't want to answer. Or you see, after the assassination of the far-right agitator Charlie Kirk, anyone...
Far right is...
That's exactly what unfolded on Good Morning Britain when Kevin Maguire branded Charlie Kirk a far-right agitator. But instead of the usual silence, someone finally pushed back and the mask slipped. This wasn't just about Charlie Kirk, it was about how the media uses lazy labels to shut down debate.
And we haven't even had his funeral yet. It's a terrible stain on what's happened in America.
He was a hate preacher.
And he's a martyr to free speech.
Well,
Stay with me, because by the end, you'll see why this one exchange has rattled the establishment.
He's no saint.
OK, well, I mean, yeah.
And before we dive in, hit like, subscribe and share this video so the truth reaches beyond the mainstream filter.
Contradict him and correct him. That will be the Prime Minister's difficulty. I don't think Trump will come out all guns blazing, but he might, for instance, because he fans the flames of the far right and racism around the world, he might, for instance, attack Britain and say free speech is being eroded. But he won't look at the United States, where anybody who disagrees with him, in fact, he threatened a reporter and said the Attorney General might come after you because he asked questions he didn't want to answer. Or you see, after the assassination of the far-right agitator Charlie Kirk, anyone...
Far right is a little extreme, Kevin.
What?
It's the right-wing agitator.
What? He backs the Great Replacement theory, the conspiracy theory that somehow the government is working to replace white people.
I'm not sure
that he did. He used to back it. He said the Civil Rights Act, which enfranchised black people, was a mistake. He backed the idea that...
He was involved in very supportive campaigns on behalf of black employment.
He backed the...
And had a lot of black supporters, by the way.
He backed... It was mainly white nationalists who backed him.
I don't think that's true either. I don't think you know the nature of all the people who backed him.
He backed the conspiracy theory that the election was stolen when it wasn't. You just go through the list. Far right hauls up.
He's a young man who was murdered.
Yeah.
He was a young man.
And that is appalling. And we haven't even had his funeral yet. It's a terrible stain on what's happened in America.
He was a hate preacher.
And he's a martyr to free speech.
Well,
he was a hate preacher, and he should not have been murdered.
He was also someone who went to university campuses and engaged in debate.
And he involved millions of young people in the political process, which is important.
I absolutely, utterly,
if you'd been on the other side of the
totally and uncompromisingly and unprincipled condemn political violence.
OK, good. Well, let's leave it there. Can we talk about...
He's no saint.
OK, well, I mean, yeah, that's his maybe.
Few of us are.
But exactly right.
Few of us are.
Yeah.
Trying to make out who you are. I mean,
few of us are.
But it's beholden on us, isn't it, to mind our language when a young father, whatever you think of his political statements of the past, when he dies in such a horrendous manner, we have to watch how we say it.
But let's not ignore his politics, and two, he opposed gun control.
Well, who doesn't in America?
Well, so do most people.
He opposed most people back gun control. They can't get it enforced.
Well, he backed the amendment, which means that guns should be held freely, mainly because he wanted people to have guns against tyrannical governments. That was his justification. But just because people back having guns doesn't mean they deserve to be shot.
No, absolutely not. But it is worth pointing out, and those who pointed them out, in America, Trump will say, "I defend free speech." Teachers have lost their jobs. Secret agents have lost their jobs. Somebody working for an American football team have lost their job. They don't champion free speech. They champion their own speech, and it's often hate speech.
But moderate speech. Let's stay moderate.
Yes.
Do you think that Donald Trump might take the opportunity to give us a little lecture about how to deal with illegal immigration, given that his policies in America have been, according to his lights, extremely successful? Illegal immigration has dropped dramatically in this second term. Here, we see the one-in, one-out scheme still on ice. Yet again, a plane is taken off without the illegal immigrant who was supposed to be on board being on board. We're hearing now that it might be 2 weeks before lawyers finally hammer out a final decision either way.
If ever. If ever. Who'd have thought it, Richard, that human rights lawyers would block these flights. Who would have thought it?
Well, everybody...
Keir Starmer, of all people, ought to know, having been a human rights lawyer, he's Attorney General, human rights lawyer. This would bedevilled every Tory attempt to get a plane in the air.
This is the Rwanda situation all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. And they mocked the Tories, but Labour mocked the Tories' attempts to get planes in the air, and exactly the same thing's happening. The powerful human rights lobby, which his lot are going to do nothing about.
Firstly, in the States, there's huge criticism of people are being dragged from their homes, workplaces and streets wrongly and deported who are not who they, the authorities claim they are. I don't think we want that in Britain. I think the decent majority, yes, wants migration controls. Yes, they want borders to be effective in police, but they don't want people just dragged off and chucked away. Now, deportations happen. There's been, was it 38,000, I think, or getting on for 40,000 since Labour came to power. In this case, the guy is from Eritrea. And it's a 2-week delay while he makes his case. I've got no objection to that whatsoever.
What do you say to those who beg the question, who is leading us, lawyers or our leaders?
Lawyers, and we're led by a lawyer too, because Keir Starmer's not a leader, he's a lawyer.
This is exactly why independent voices like this channel matter, because you won't hear this breakdown in any other news. If you believe in free speech, if you think lazy labels should be challenged, then do your part. Hit like, subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comments and share this video. The establishment would rather you didn't see this